Um, okay, so anyways, Medtech Directory, everybody should join. It's absolutely free, medtechdirectory.com. We get 75,000 people a month to it. If any of you have ever written any white papers or any blog posts that you'd like to share, we will link them back to your site. It is a great place to get additional views. You can have written something 3 years ago, and we can post it on our site, and it makes it brand new. I just checked today before I got on. We had 1,300 people that have already been to the site today. We get a large crowd to that. My mixers, generally, we get well over 100 people when we do mixers. Our Christmas party had 255 people at it. We run an event called World Medtech Day in May. That was joined with Medtech Monday this year, and that'll come back next May. But the next big event that we have coming up is we've merged the Medtech Marketing Summit with the World Marketing Expo. So we're going to have a marketing event for everything in the medical space, and it's going to cover everything else. It's going to cover Facebook, it's going to cover Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, email marketing. I had a great meeting today with a very large email company that's going to join us and be a national sponsor for this. So this is going to be a huge event. This is the cheap, $50 event when everything's said and done, to get some marketing help for everybody. And the mixers that we do, these are great because I am a connective marketer, and my principal, and Jason Sajak, who was on earlier, my philosophy is you should meet everybody in the industry. They may not be a customer today. They may not be someone that's going to buy from you right now, but there's serious advantage in meeting everybody, from the regulatory people, the marketing people. Jan Gates is a perfect example. Someone that has her knowledge in packaging and medical device and design. I can't tell you how many times people design something and don't even think about this, but they should be introduced to Jan. And there's so many times that people meet me, and then later on they say, I want to be introduced to this person. So I want to welcome everybody from around the country that's joining us for the first time. I normally attend about 40 conferences a year, and with COVID, it's been 3 in 2020. So these online events have been great, but we just wanted to expand them for MedTech Council. You guys will all get a chance to introduce yourselves. We've got some sponsors that have made the event possible, and we're going to email you out some information from them as well. So Gene, take it away, and let's just go through and start introducing everybody. Marissa's here.
You want me to say something, Dan?
Please do, Gene.
What do you want me to say?
Why don't you introduce yourself and tell everybody again what you do, Gene, because that'd be a great thing to start with. How about that?
Okay, I'm just a consulting service. Media Shares helps companies find funding, helps them get their ducks in a row when they're out raising funding. Everything from pitch decks to introductions to investors, marketing email campaigns. We do a little bit of everything, but primarily we help get you on a crowdfunding platform where you can raise money now using these new Jobs Act rules. And a number of companies are getting funding now, especially during this time. They've had, in the past quarter, they've done more business on the crowdfunding, more investments on the crowdfunding platforms than they did all last year. So it's a great time to be raising capital on the internet. And if anybody that's interested in that, I can tell you, be happy to tell you more. I'm grateful to be helping Dan today, and he's a good friend of mine, and I'll help out anytime, Dan. And so that's all I got to say. Mediashares.com is my website if you want to know more.
Right.
Okay.
And again, people, if there's anybody that you want to meet, you hear something, I noticed that Marissa Marsala is online. She's a recruiter. If you guys have a position or you're looking for someone, there's a lot of talented people out there that are looking for new gigs right now. And Marissa's a great person to be introduced to, because if she doesn't know someone, she knows everybody in this industry, and she's constantly got her ear to who's hiring where. So, John, you want to go ahead?
Appreciate that, Dan. Thank you.
Oh, go ahead, Marissa.
Oh, no, that's great. I specialize in all life sciences as well as aerospace, but I specialize in hard to fill jobs. So someone called me the other day and said that I'm the purple squirrel recruiter with a stripe. So any difficult to fill jobs, especially, please feel free to link in with me. I'm also a career coach. Happy to help, do a lot of pro bono work every week. So jump on a call where I'm on it, and very, very happy to help you guys.
You deal nationally, but you're in the San Diego area. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yeah, I've got clients all over the U.S. True.
Right. Just jump out. Let's see who's here. Oh, Jeanette is online. Jeanette, you want to say hi? Unmute your mic.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Absolutely. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. Thank you, Dan. It's a pleasure it's a pleasure to be here. My first virtual networking meeting. My name is Jeanette Akoka, and I'm in international business development. I've been in international for over 30 years. I come from the Bay Area, been in Southern California for 3 years. And the last 10 plus years, I've been consulting for small companies, helping them accelerate their business, the international awareness and revenues. I concentrate on small companies, family size or emerging technologies under 50 people. That's what I do. So if anyone knows of any companies that are very global minded, and it's very important to think early on of global opportunities and not wait until the US market is mature. Thank you very much, Dan, for the opportunity to introduce myself.
Duncan, you're very welcome. Duncan, I just saw
I'm
that you were
here.
online. You, Duncan is a startup. Gosh, I'm getting feedback.
Yes, you are. I'm probably getting a lot myself too. Is it the connection?
I think so. But you know what we're going to do is we're going to, Duncan, it's killing me. Is everybody hearing that right now? Duncan, turn off your,
The feedback sometimes happens when you have two devices you might be talking into. So for example, you might be on a computer, but your cell phone may also be on this phone.
Yeah, I'm going to mute everybody except who's talking. So who's going to be talking? Tushar,
let's
are you
do
talking?
Duncan. Let me introduce Duncan real quick. Duncan runs a unique startup, and Duncan's here. Duncan's an engineer that has been around the world. He lived in China at one point, but he is wearing a stick to skin wearable device that can read alcohol levels like on a Band-Aid. It's very cool. And just Duncan, how's that going since the last one we talked? We haven't had lunch since pre-COVID. How's everything?
Well, now since the COVID shutdowns are done in New York State, which is where the development work is happening, we are making progress steadily, and hopefully we'll be able to move on to the next stage, which is eventually get manufacturing up and running so we can then go through the FDA process. So it's pretty exciting, but also nerve-wracking at the same time, and I'm still adjusting to the new normal here.
I think my daughter put it best when she said that it's only moving forward. There is no normal from this point forward. So
I'm going to have to remember that. It sure feels that way.
The 22-year-old YouTuber, that's the one that came up with that one. So, but let's see. Oh, Rita's online. Feel free, anybody.
I'll jump in. I'm Jason Zajac, formerly with MBK Tape Solutions. I'm out there on my own now as of September 1st. I've worked with Duncan with my company in the past on some, I would say, prototypes of more material development. I specialize in stick-to-skin wearables, anything that has an adhesive back product with flexible material that can go on the body. Dexcom was my largest client at my last place of employment, and I'm out there right now independently working on different design and development for folks like the 44 people on this call that have a stick-to-skin wearable, can't figure out how to stick it to the skin. I work with a lot of smart people who can build algorithms and devices, but they can't figure out how to get it to stick to any different body types. So I specialize in that. If anybody knows of anybody who's looking for any development work or consultations, I'm available anytime. And I can be connected through LinkedIn, or the information through Dan. Dan has all my information as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Pleasure to meet everyone today.
Oh, Sophia, would you like to say hi?
Hi, how are you? How's everyone doing? Yeah, thank you so much. What were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say, Sophia, I met Sophia a little over a year ago. She was running a panel on investment and startups up in Los Angeles. And she had this great panel where she was, you had startups, you had investors, you had all these people, and she commanded this panel so well that she was my keynote last year at my Medtech Marketing Summit. She is a branding expert, and there's so many people in the medical space and healthcare biotech space that don't think that they need branding, licensing, and messaging, and she is an absolute expert at that. So Sophia, take it from there.
Well, thank you so much for that introduction, Dan. Well, I guess, it's interesting. I feel like there was a recent story that I have from one of my clients, Orange County Regulatory Affairs, so OKRA. We actually did a website redesign for them, and it's very interesting to see how their organization has changed, literally just from changing the website, going from something that wasn't really functioning and having a lot of members that weren't really happy with it, to literally we are helping them to run a virtual annual conference that they haven't done in 13 years, and they've been able to attract, members from the FDA, a number of speakers and sponsors, and that literally had come from just revamping their website. So it's just interesting how, just transforming a website, for example, can really transform an organization. So that's essentially what we do, is we tell stories. The company that I'm with is VitaShare, and we tell stories on different platforms. So whether that's through websites or social media or PR, whatever it sort of takes in that communication that we need to kind of get out to audiences, that's sort of what we do. And what makes us a little bit different than other companies is that we're really focused on sort of the strategy behind what we're doing. So it's not just like executing on Facebook ads. It really is getting to the core of what are we doing? Who are we talking to? What is our unique value proposition? And we tend to focus sort of primarily on small to mid-sized businesses. So, if anyone wants to have a chat, I'm happy to have some virtual coffee and have that discussion with you. So thank you so much, Dan, for inviting me to come today.
Excellent. Excellent. Catherine, how about Flatum? It cut off. I'm sorry, your name cut off, but go ahead.
No problem. Catherine Flatum Brandt. And I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for OPEXA, LLC. And we're a systems integrator that does both consulting, implementation work with companies in the life sciences area. So we work with clients like Edwards Life Sciences, and then also some privately held companies as well. And our expertise tends to be in working with the business side of a company and helping them apply various technologies, whether it be Salesforce, SAP, Microsoft, or even custom requirements, and then connecting the customer experience side of things into the back end, into the supply chain. So that's what we do.
That's very cool.
Yeah, and my background is in SAP. I was at QLogic, at AMD. So that's where I come from.
That's great.
Nice to meet all of you.
Carrie Quenzer.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Terry Quenzer, and I work for the California Community Colleges as statewide director for life sciences and biotech. So I work with the training programs throughout the state and help them to teach content that is relevant to industry. So I also work with industry and different people. So if you're looking for some great people with hands-on skills, in fact, 20 to 50% of our students actually come back to us with a bachelor's degree to pick up those skills they didn't get in their 4 years and then get their industry jobs. So let me know. And I'm going to go ahead and put my name and contact information in the chat so you can connect with me. I'd love to talk to you.
That's great. Thank you so much. Also, when you introduce yourself moving forward, let's everybody say what part of the country they're from. That would be great. So Terry, thank you very much. And Chad, why don't you go from there?
All right, my name's Chad Glessner. I'm actually in Orange County, California, enjoying the ashy weather. Anyways, I've been in a lot of different aspects of healthcare, and I'm glad I got to meet a lot of you at 5 o'clock because some of us got the times wrong. But I work right now for an international healthcare company that's based out of China. So we help bridge the gap between China and the US. And obviously it's an interesting market now with coronavirus and everything else, but there's still a lot of opportunities. And yeah, I'm happy to be a resource to anybody. I've got a lot of telehealth experience with the VA, and then also have worked in medical device, orthopedic implants, and senior living. Thanks, Dan, for putting this on.
Thank you very much. Rajval.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rajul Bhardwaj. I'm actually a college student studying product development engineering at the University of Southern California.
Oh, very cool.
Thank you. I've had exposure to manufacturing and doing some technical operations work. And I'm currently accepted a contract position as a quality project lead. I'm looking for full-time opportunities and would be happy to connect.
Great, great. Marissa, go ahead. No, go. I cut you off. Okay, Marissa, let's go
Yes.
from.
I heard him.
Go ahead, Marissa. Introduce yourself to the entire group.
So I'm a recruiter's recruiter. I have relationships with 18 other recruiters throughout the country, in addition to my own jobs, because as I said, I've been regarded as the finder of purple squirrels. Even when recruiters can't find their own people, they call me. So I don't know if that's a curse or a good thing, but nonetheless, I'm happy to help people. But I do have my own clients, but the fact that I have relationships with other recruiters allows me to help other job seekers even more so, because it's beyond my own client list. And fill jobs in all levels, all states within the United States, and all industries, even though I specialize in life science, medical device in particular, since I was on the inside in medical device for 8 years. And do everything from pharmaceutical, biotech, biologics, biosimilars, genomics, pretty much you name it. I'm usually asked to do it. So I'm usually able to help people. But I also do a lot of pro bono work. So please link in and look for my weekly free call for anyone who needs coaching help, free coaching help. I do it on a group call because I have a business on the side, a coaching business on the side where I do one-on-one work. So please feel free to link in and take advantage of the free help as well as the free tools on my website.
You know, you and I have known each other now that I was thinking about this today. It's been like a good over 5 years that we met, and you've always been so helpful. And you believe the same thing that I believe, that the more you give, the more you get. And it's been as a connected marketer, it really does pay off. And if you are not connected with me on LinkedIn, Dan Golka, please connect with me. I've got almost 22,000 connections on LinkedIn in this space, and I know a lot of people if you need to connect with somebody. So up next, John, G-O-L-K-A, Dan Golka. And I'll do another introduction a little bit after we go through a few more people. But again, everybody that's joining us late, thank you so much for being here as well. And let's get into one of our sponsors, John Rodberg. Let's have him talk and explain what his company does. Your mic, Chief. Your mic, John. You're muted. Can you hear me?
I'm pushing all the buttons and
There you
nothing's
go.
working.
There you go.
Nothing's working.
Hey, that looks like a drum set back there, Chief. You play the drums?
I've got a couple kits in this room, so when I'm not trying to sell packaging, I'm making noise.
Okay, well, that's good to know. That's good to
You
know.
could,
But
you could
hopefully
play
we'll
a
have
little,
live band.
at the cocktail hour, you could play a little for us.
We'll do a little
Gee.
Inagata Vita for you.
One thing that I pride myself on with my live events, if you guys that have never been to them, is that there's always great food, alcohol, and live music and things like that. So it's too bad we have to do this online this way. But someday, and John, you can bring your drum set next time. So
That would be fun. Yeah, I'm waiting for the waitress to bring me some chicken wings now, but nobody's shown up so far.
All right, go ahead, John.
I'm John Rodberg. Great to meet everybody. It's great to be here. My first interaction with the MedTech was at the Green Dragon in Carlsbad, right?
Yes.
That was a great event. So
we had 125 people there that day. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot. That was a great event. So I'm glad to be a part of this. And so anyway, I own a custom packaging, assembly, contract manufacturing, and distribution company. It's a lot going on here. So we've been in business for about 35 years. We're located out of Irvine, California. And we do all types of different things. But the one thing that I'm interested in right now in promoting is a product called Climacell. And for the folks that are shipping life science products or even food products or any perishable items in a refrigerated state, we have a new container that is bio-based, manufactured and certified 100% curbside recyclable. So the recipients no longer have to stack these toxic styrofoam boxes all over their backyard and try to find out what to do with them. These containers will maintain temperatures of 2 to 8 degrees centigrade for up to 48 hours. With the right accounts, the right volumes, we can modify these packs to perform differently. So that is just a great product that we're very, very excited about because of its potential to reduce the amount of styrofoam out in the landfills. And then on top of it, we've got a nice product that goes hand in hand with that. We have a product called Drain Safe, which is the ice packs that you would use in conjunction with these recyclable containers. And the Drain Safe is a inert refrigeration product that will maintain the same temperatures that you generally get with blue ice and other forms of ice packs, except for you can cut the bag open and pour the gelatin down the drain after it thaws out. So no harm to the environment whatsoever. So we've got a nice thing going on the environmental standpoint. And, as far as some of the companies that have bought into this Climacell program, we've got New England Biolabs, Diplomat Pharmacy, Noble Health Services, Millipore Sigma, UPS Healthcare is now promoting it, Abbott Diagnostics. So it's a fairly new product to the life science industry, but the big companies are starting to adopt it. So we are trying to represent this product here in the Southern California, West Coast region and do a warehouse and distribution for these products. So we can print your boxes and we can put the Climacell product in the box and ship it to you as a finished part, ready to go, ready for use. Something else that we've been distributing just by happenstance, before this whole COVID situation, we picked up a new line of N95 respiration mask. And the thing that's unique about these masks is they put a little silicone seal around the bead of the mask. So when it sticks to your face, you're getting true protection. There's no air gaps, there's no leaks, and there's a valve for breathing out, which makes them a little bit more comfortable. So this year we've shipped, ironically, over 2 million of these masks. So it's been a huge program going on there. In addition, getting more towards the traditional packaging of things, we We specialize in corrugated boxes. We do folding cartons, blister cards, molded PVC trays, foam inserts, just a variety of applications. So I certainly want to pony up with Jan after we're done with this. So we also do protective packaging for larger, heavier machines that might require foam and greater protection. Some of the machines we package are 6 feet long and weigh 500 pounds and ship globally. So we have solutions for those applications. We also do ATA transport and demo cases. Some of these machines might require specialty cases to take to numerous trips to hospitals, in out all day long. So we build the ramps. People can roll them in, roll them out, ship them on to the next destination. We do a ton of those. Then we do contract manufacturing. So we've got a separate area where it's non-sterile, but we actually assemble, we've assembled several hundred ventilators this year and ship those out. We also ship and assemble and ship a lot of carts, basic frame chassis for surgical equipment. So we take it, we'll manage about 200 parts, assemble them, deliver that as one part number, and the customer will do the final integration using the lasers and things that they don't want us touching. So we've got a nice, robust operation all the way around. For local deliveries in Orange County, we use our own equipment for delivering and controlling the paperwork and scheduling and everything else. So been doing this for about 35 years. October will be 35 years. So it's a family-run business, and we're very proud of the work we do, and we try to maintain a zero reject mentality. So that's us in a nutshell. How's that? Too much?
No, that was good. Thank you.
Two questions, quick questions. What's the name of the company?
Eden Outsource, like the Garden of Eden.
Eden
and
Outsource.
Dan has a presentation that he can send out by the request. I've got a nice PDF that we put together that will show a lot of images of our work.
I want it.
That'll get sent.
And the other question is your drain safe. What temperature is it holding at? What temperature is it freezing?
Well, that's going to depend on the size of the pack and this because we've got them from 8 ounces up to like 32-ounce bags.
Okay.
So there's going to be variables on all that, and whether.
But is it like frozen ice, or is it got salts in it to make it colder? What does it do?
I cannot answer that exact question, but I can find out for you.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting to me. Thank you.
Very good.
All right. Well, thank you, John. And I will send that out to everybody. And Tushar, Kadia, why don't you introduce yourself, tell everybody where you're at, what part of the country you're from, and introduce yourself.
Absolutely. Thank you. So to start with, my name is not John Smith, which you obviously know by now. It's Tushar Gadia. Someday it'll be John Smith. We'll talk about that another time. Who am I? I live in Orange County, California, Southern California. I recently moved back from Florida, where I used to work for Marriott Applications Worldwide as their Senior VP of IT Project Management and Project Delivery. So back in good old OC, nice to be here. Basically, as to who I am an IT and a technology, an IT and a business enthusiast. I do both. And I work very well as a partner between technology and the business units. And so my job is to make sure that I help businesses achieve maximum value from their investment in IT, not so much through my technical skills, but more so through my understanding of the business of IT, which means executing the IT initiatives in the right way, creating the right processes when it comes to IT operations, and also working very closely with customers to truly understand and make sure that we are aligned to the customer's goals and KPIs. So that in a nutshell is my background. I currently run a small consulting firm where I do a lot of pro bono work. That's my way of paying it forward, if you will. And I'm especially empathetic to small and mid-sized businesses who don't have the right resources, especially financial resources, to help them understand how to survive the business disruption that they're going through. And so I have a limited amount of time that I spend on doing pro bono work. So if you happen to know any businesses that need help, I'm more than happy to spend some time with them.
Great. Great. That's fantastic. Thank you. Freddy Dever, you're up next.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Dan. Yeah, my name is Freddy Dever. My last role, I was a business development consultant for a small startup in the Carlsbad area working on IVD applications. I was telling folks earlier, my actual background originally was in the technical side. I was a physicist by training. I worked with imaging algorithms. I later transitioned to project management. A lot of my work, most of my work has been with small organizations, SBI supported companies, startups, academic incubators. I am looking for a next role regarding how to apply my skills, and again, looking for a small organization if possible. But I'm here just to see what's going on, keep connected, and as mentioned, keep my ears to the ground.
Great. We're glad you're here.
I'm located in Southern California, also outside the LA area. So.
Well, we're very happy that you're here. So, David Stelter.
Hey guys, good to meet everybody. I feel like we should all be having a beer or something at the hour time.
I love the background. First of all, that's awesome.
Yes, I'm calling in from. I live in Encinitas, and we have a facility in Carlsbad, Boston, and Sunnyvale. And I've been in the medical and life science product development business for 30 years. And I'm currently with a company called Generate. They're up in Sunnyvale. There's around 360 or so people at Generate. 180 senior scientists and engineers, and the rest in manufacturing of devices. And I live just in Encinitas, south of Carlsbad. We recently purchased a company called Symbiont. Symbiont is a developer of consumables, medical grade consumables with a focus in microfluidic cartridge development and molding. So you can see the advantages of both companies, where we can produce a device and its associated consumable. And so if there's anybody that needs, Generate hasn't advertised at all. It's all been repeat business, started 20 years ago. Symbiont as well, 20 years ago. And we're really active these days. We are hiring for those that are looking. We need some personnel in Carlsbad as well as Sunnyvale. Our website has some information on that, but you can reach out to me directly. And glad to meet everybody.
Great. We're so happy that you're here. Lonnie Adelman.
Memento. Okay. Dan, thanks. This is a great idea. I'm actually starting to get used to all this. It's crazy.
What area of the country are you from?
I am from the promised land in Southern California called San Diego.
Yes.
I'm with ISA. I'm the CEO and founder. We've developed a handheld device that's agnostic for doing point of care testing, all kinds of different tests. And in March, we pivoted completely into COVID-19. So we're now working with partners, doing testing. And about 2 months ago, I realized we can be doing drugs of abuse point of care as well. It's the same kind of read with the opiate problem that's growing. It's a great opportunity. And there's no FDA regulation in workforce or judicial. So we moved into that as well. And the business was spun out of my other company called Green Domain Design, which is a product development company. iAssay didn't fit because it was an internal project. So Green Domain Design does all kinds of designs for other companies, consumer, medical, veterinary, all sorts of things. As long as we can make a difference and help the customer out, then we do it. So I've got two hats, and this is a really interesting time. When COVID hit, it was pretty obvious that that was going to catapult iAssay. As long as it doesn't kill us first, we're going to kill it.
Yeah.
So
that's good. That's a great marketing slogan.
We're interested in partners on the point of care cartridge side, the strip side, or what have you. So if you or somebody else has a test where you want an objective read, you want our device to read it instead of looking at it with your eyeball and saying, I don't know, that might be positive. There's no might be positive or might be negative. And recently, the Health and Human Services now requires that all the data for COVID-19 tests, whether it's positive or negative, be transmitted to them. So all those people that have been reading with their eyeball, they're not going to be typing with their fingers. Where in our case, it's all automatic. The data goes right up to the cloud and over to HHS. So we're looking for partners. We're looking for customers. We're looking.
Great.
Thanks.
Lauren, you just popped on. Let's see. Harry, Nagila, are you there? There you are. You glitching? I think you're glitching, Harry.
He's muted.
He's muted. You're muted, Harry.
Yeah, it's muted.
It's muted, but he's in slow motion.
Yeah, so let's see. Harry, we're going to come back to you. Lauren.
My friend.
Okay, I was muted. Sorry.
Oh, no, there we go. Okay.
I am here. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, go ahead, Lauren, and we'll go back to Harry.
Let me know if the audio cuts out. But hi, good evening from Denver, Colorado. We just left about a good half-foot snow, and now we're back into 80-degree weather. So happily to be shoveling out. But I'm the owner and operator and co-founder of the Packaging Cooperative, and my partner and I are a independent consultant firm that has a couple branches, and we began running testing for developmental purposes for the medical industry out here in Colorado, and now we're expanding worldwide and currently working with a lot of folks trying to save them money through this cold chain epidemic. So already netting some serious savings for some of our folks with their Six Sigma backgrounds, but I don't know, as you can tell with all the packages in the background, that's what we live, breathe, and we always contemplate and try to improve upon.
That's great. Well, thank you for coming. And again, everybody, make sure you connect with everybody on LinkedIn if their services or products are something that interests you. Let's see. Let's go next. So, Jesse, Lee.
You want me to go next?
Hi, are you talking about me?
I am.
Great, thank
We've
you.
been talking about you the whole time. Now you get to talk to us.
Okay, great. I'm glad to have an opportunity to speak here. I'm in Santa Barbara, California for more than 20 years. And I become an independent consultant because of a medical device project. That was very exciting. I was collaborating with the and was helping is that a me or what's the name?
Oh, Gina, we getting feedback?
You here? Okay, great. So I was able to help the Chinese CFDA establish the first 3D medical defibrillator standard in China. So it was a good experience for me. And now I am helping medical device company between US and China. And if you have any thoughts about, helping with entry strategy or establish sales channel or partnership negotiation or establishment with registration for business product or any concern you have. And actually I'm thinking about helping company to find the right platform in China, because this year, because the pandemic, we had a lot of interruption. And next year, I'm thinking about helping companies to get into a couple of platform to fit in those, the right product to couple of platform to meet a potential partner or to test out your product. Because in China right now, it's a stage they are stimulate the consumption, the consumer demand. So it's a right time for exporting into China. So that's the trend.
Great. Well, thank you for being here, and thank you so much. Jake Griggs.
Thanks, Dan. I'm based in Cincinnati, Ohio. We have locations in New York and Kansas City and a couple other spots, but my company, Allura Global, we really focus in on, really we're a sales and marketing company, but our job is to do actual selling. So we're selling into retailers or to drugs, hospitals, long-term care, and a bunch of other spots. I'm a lifer, been doing it a long time, really enjoy the sales space, and it's a pleasure being here. Happy to connect on LinkedIn, and such a pleasure. Thanks.
Great. Thank you so much. Carol. You're muted, Carol. Unmute yourself. Three's a charm. There you go. Awesome.
Yeah, okay. So my name is Carol Chirkus, and I am in the San Francisco Bay Area. I've been here a number of years. I was a corporate venture manager with Dow and Marion Merrill Dow. And since I left Dow many years ago, I've been doing independent consulting, and I'm associated with a small bank actually in the Southern California area. And what we do is we find partners for companies. We're very active in medical device. We're very active in 3D printing of devices. We find partners, and if the company is far enough along, we also can help them do mergers and acquisitions and find money.
So is it early stage money, or is for startups?
They have to be far enough along where they already have a little sales and they want to grow.
Oh, that's awesome. So do you, should they contact you? Should they contact the bank? What would be the best way?
They should contact me, and I will figure out what's next.
Okay, why don't you put your name and contact information in the chat, because one of the most popular things that startups and everybody seems to need is money, or they know somebody that needs money. So that's always great. So
I certainly do need money, and I'm on LinkedIn, obviously.
Thank you so much. And also please connect with me on LinkedIn, Dan Golka, Golka, as well. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. I just think that, it's been such a change right now with COVID and not being able to go to these conferences, because that's what I would do, is I would go and meet people like you, and with the startups, having my startup conferences, I have over 100 startups that apply every year. But the unique thing that we do is people just don't need money. They need a strategic partner. They need it just depends on where they're at. And what you're doing is very unique, because it's a different type of finance. And if somebody has sales and they're stalled, maybe they need a better partner to move forward. So
exactly.
I know I'm going to butcher this name. So the next up is it Egi? Egi? How do you pronounce that one? He's laughing already. So how do you pronounce that, sir?
I guess that you're going to tell me. So yeah, it's Ege.
Ege.
Yeah, it's not a common name because I'm from Turkey. So
a very cool name, but go ahead, sir. Introduce yourself. Where are you at?
Thanks. So I actually live in Irvine, but work in Salt Lake City right now because I work for a consulting company based in Irvine. But my project here is in Salt Lake City as an R&D engineer. And our company, our nationwide company, and we provide solution to life sciences, medical device organizations, pharmaceuticals companies and biotech companies, including cell and gene therapy. And we do on like a lot, especially on GXP regulated environment, like ranging from engineering to validation, technical writing to clinical studies. And happy to be here because I always try to like attend these kind of networking events. And I also like met with Dan in person in last year with I think Device Alliance meeting. So
we've met a couple times.
Yeah.
But up next, thank you so much for coming tonight. I really appreciate
No, wait a
it.
minute. He didn't say his company name. I didn't hear.
Sorry, it's a Azure Group, AZZUR. I'll add my information on the chat, so I'll be happy to connect with everybody. Thank you.
Cool. Okay. Up next, Don Nguyen.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Good evening. Don Nguyen from Orange County, California. I'm a cybersecurity and a data privacy advisor. Currently independent consulting for small business, also doing pro bono as well, helping protecting, building a cybersecurity program, privacy program, and mature the program for small business. Recently, I was an information security officer and a compliance officer for a healthcare service provider, and contract ended due to COVID. So I'm also exploring new opportunity and partnership and anything I can help in the small business area. I'm a retired U.S. Air Force cyber officer, so looking forward to help any veteran as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being here. Very happy to have you. Dave Gross. Let's see. So I cut Dave Grossman. How are you, sir? You're muted.
How's that?
Better. There you go, sir.
Okay. I'm joining you from New York tonight.
Awesome.
I always have problems with these AirPods when it comes to the audio. I have been to your events when I've been in Southern California, so that's how I've been on your mailing list for a bunch of years now. And thanks for putting this together, because I really don't know what to do with myself without any events to go to anymore.
It is difficult. I'll tell you, that's the one thing. This was going to be my year where I was going to travel the country and get to see a lot more people. So these have been successful because we do get a lot of people on here. There's a lot of people on this thing tonight. So, but thank you for coming.
Well, the benefit is it's much more personal in a certain way because everyone's sort of really honed in listening to everybody, right?
Yes.
So I own a 3D medical animation company. So we create like Pixar, DreamWorks kind of short films to help companies show their device inside of the body, probably known as mechanism of action kind of videos. And it's a really interesting business to be in. We've been doing it for about 6 years now. And, you know, with these kinds of events, it's what you were saying about not everybody is going to be your customer. I mean, very few people are going to be our customer, but I do love just meeting everybody. And I do tend to make a lot of connections sort of, you know, when I come to things like this and I'm like, oh, that person does this and that person needs that. So I just thought it'd be a fun thing to check out. I've got my website is in the chat. So if anybody's interested, you can take a look at our samples. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm happy to connect with anybody here, see if I can help anyone out. Happy to. I think that's about it. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Quick question. So
go ahead.
I was wondering, how does your company differ from like SolidWorks features where you can show how certain parts are moving and make a video?
Well, we can import files from SolidWorks, but we use a program called Modo. And so it's just all about, you know, building your sets and stages and objects and how you manipulate it. It's definitely a very specialized specialty, the medical animation.
Very cool. Well, thank you. Up next, and again, your name cut off. It's Kumu. He's laughing, so I know it's a.
No, you got it pretty good.
Okay,
It's Kunumal Biju. Everyone calls me Biju. It's easier. It's my last name, but it's almost become the first name now. So Biju is good. I run a venture funded firm called swasth.com. We connect patients to hospitals across the globe. It's about 2 years old. And we are basically, it's kind of an Airbnb / Uber mashup that's bringing technology to the medical travel segment, really. So it's a connected digital platform, and devices and everything plays a role because we are taking healthcare to communities across the globe that's practically underserved. So that's really what we do. I'm here also because my son, he was here with me a few minutes back, came up with a really interesting idea on medical adherence as a device. And prototype is almost ready. We are looking to basically take it to market in the next few weeks. Ideally, we would like to get in front of a pharmacy chain or something like that, where we can maybe either license it or do something along those lines. So hoping to connect and someone that can help make that happen for us.
Great. Share your name in chat too, so they can get a hold of you via LinkedIn. And that's a great way to do that. And Hans Walden, good to see you. You're up next.
And I'm also unmuted now. Thank you.
Then come back to me. When you get a chance, come back to me.
I will. You'll be next, Terry.
Well, great to meet everyone. Sorry, I had to hop off for a moment to attend to another call. I'm back now. First, I want to tell everyone that a year and a half ago when I moved to Orange County or relocated to Orange County, Dan's events were among the few first ones that I attended to. And also from where I made a couple of my subsequently best and closest local friends here, although in their defense, they were both Canadian, so. But anyhow, I work for a software development company called Vincent here in Irvine. We have a great staff of software engineers and designers, and we work essentially in 3 fields: mobile application development, web systems development, and embedded devices. And I guess in the medical sector, the embedded devices part is sort of the most interesting one, even though there is a lot of mobile and web-based apps too. But in terms of the embedded software, we have over a decade of history of working with GE Healthcare as a preferred partner, and we've done anything and everything pretty much from heart rate monitor to any other kind of medical grade device that has embedded software in it. A couple of the most recent projects in this field for other customers that I can remember have been COVID-related thing where with a UV light sanitizer that has a mobile application attached to it, and another cool project from recent months I remember is a balance vest that has, I suppose it's for people who have balancing problems like inner ear problems. The company has a vest which uses software to find the kind of where the correct weights should be put into that vest. So here are a couple of examples of this kind of stuff that we build software for. We've got altogether about 500 people working for the company, out of which a good 40 of us here in Irvine.
Very cool. Very cool. Harry Nagila, you're up next.
My name is Harry Nagila. I'm in Irvine, California, and I'm an executive in medical device life science with 20 plus years experience in product development, global management. I've been with 6 startup companies as well as Fortune 500 companies like Bio-Rad Laboratories, Pfizer, and a company called Applied Biosystem that Thermo Fisher ended up buying. I've been involved with DNA gene expression microchip technologies as well as imaging products for life science research and diagnostics. And I was part of a big layoff because our company was purchased twice in less than 12 months. And the first time I lasted, the second time a whole bunch of us didn't last. And so I'm in transition, looking for opportunities to connect with people and look for my next opportunity. So in particular, I guess I'm looking to connect with David Stelter, who said they're hiring, and maybe I can get his phone number and connect with him or email. In addition, I'm looking for somebody who I can talk with who has gone through representing a medical European company who wants to open a branch in the US, and just ask some questions and figure out what's the best way to go about it. If anybody has any information that can help, I'm helping a colleague in this regard. As Dan pointed out, I also believe in the karma of being a go-giver. When you give, it will come back. And I've had the pleasure of being in person and some of Dan's seminars. Last year, I had the pleasure of having a sponsor table as well as presenting our company at actually we were in Irvine, Dan.
Yeah, we were.
And we had great mixers and good wine afterwards. Missed those days.
Yeah, the wine. Everybody misses. Everybody misses that. That's the one thing. That's the one thing everybody misses is that. Gene, right? Gene misses that. So
yeah.
Anyway, thank you, Harry.
Pleasure to meet
I will
everybody.
make sure
Please do connect with me. I'll be more than happy to help anybody who needs anything for free.
Great. Thank you very much. Jonah Phillips, thank you for joining us. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from.
Okay. Well, thanks for having me. Dan, I think we've met before. I run my own company, Apploss Device Regulatory Consulting, and I work with companies who are looking to get their products, well, really government approval. I don't help sell the product, but I help with regulatory clearance. My specialty right now is Europe because the EU member states, so like 27 member states, is right now the second biggest market outside the United States.
Oh, cool. Very cool. Yeah. What part of the country are you in again?
I'm in Long Beach, California. So, in fact, I remember going to one of your mixers in Irvine back in...
I'm sure you have.
Oh, I hope when this is over, I hope we'll be back in person.
Oh, I hope. I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will. Kim Evans, have you presented yet? Then you're up next.
No, I have not. Well, it's nice to meet everyone. This is my first Medtech event. I'm a marketing communication consultant, and I have experience across all the different functions: PR, content development, branding and messaging, and I've also spearheaded internal communications as well as crisis management and change management communications. Most of my career has been in enterprise technology companies, and I'm currently working with some healthcare and medical device clients. So I'm looking to meet more people in that area, and heard great things about this group, so I'm enjoying it.
What area of the country are you in?
I am in Huntington Beach,
oh,
California.
Great.
So Hans, I recognized your background there. Yeah. Here in Huntington Beach.
I have a friend that lives down there. We're down there quite a bit, so that's great. Rand Brenner, thank you for joining us. Rand Brenner, are you there? Okay, he's dark. Zaid, Turby, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
So, this is my first time coming to one of these. I don't think I actually have met you, but you do seem familiar. But, so I'm Zaid Turby. I'm the CSO and co-founder at the Jones Labs. We just submitted our PMTA and modified risk tobacco product applications with the FDA CTP. And I also consult for some local cannabis and tobacco companies in that regard, federal, state, local compliance. That's my intro.
What area of the country are you?
Oh, I'm here in Laguna Beach.
Laguna Beach. Awesome. Let's see. Rand Brenner, are you there?
I am here.
Well, let's see your smiling face so we can let you talk.
You won't let me talk without seeing my face? Okay.
No, it's, Jan Gates set that rule up, and it's a good rule to have. So turn your camera on.
Okay. There we are. Okay. I didn't want to show you because I was sitting outside enjoying it, so I had to wait till I got back inside. I'm glad you waited. So hello, everybody. My name is Rand Brenner. I'm CEO of Licensing Consulting Group, and it's great to be here, Dan, to see your event.
Did we lose him?
No, can you hear me?
We did.
Hold on a second here. Let's see. Hello?
Hello. Go ahead, Rand.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Okay. So where did I tune out? Okay. For those that don't know me, Rand Brenner, I'm CEO of Licensing Consulting Group, and it's great to be here. Dan, good to see you virtually.
You
since
too.
we can't see each other in person, which I miss. But hello, everybody. This is great that we have a chance to at least get together virtually. My business is licensing. I work with companies, a lot of companies in the medtech space, helping them to license out their intellectual property to other companies commercialize. Interesting. It's been busy. I think a lot of companies are starting to look at other strategies for a go-to-market or in addition to go-to-market, and have been having some great conversations and some new clients that have been coming in from various parts actually of the world. So for any of you out there who have been thinking about licensing, I'd love to have a conversation with you. It is something to think about seriously, given what's going on in the situation in the world with healthcare and what's happening with the demand for healthcare devices all around the world. I do have a workshop coming up on Wednesday. Its focus is on licensing strategies for Latin America. If it's a market that you haven't looked at before, I highly encourage you to take a look at it, to join me for the workshop. It's free. It's at 3 o'clock on Wednesday. You can go to my website and sign up for it. And I'll have a guest there, attorney, IP attorney from Colombia. We'll be talking about what is going on in Latin America, how you protect property, how you find partners down there. But it is a big market. It's a growing market, one that you should really take a look at. So that's all I've got for today, Dan. It's always great to see you. And thanks for putting this event together.
Great. It's great to see you, Rand. And thank you. Let's see. Regent Laporte, you there? Thalanash, Bata, are you there?
Hi,
Batra.
Dan, I'm here. I'm
Hi.
here.
How
Yeah,
are
it's,
you?
it's a tough name to pronounce, no doubt about that.
It's okay. I like the suit, though. Are you gonna go live? Are we just gonna see the is that your suit for like the dating sites and stuff like that?
I wish. Unfortunately, I'm in India right now, and it's early in the morning now. It's 7 a.m.
Oh, very cool. Well, thank you. You get the award right now for being the furthest away. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Yeah, so I essentially am a UC San Diego alum. I was in San Diego. COVID pushed me to India for a few months. I plan to be back soon in San Diego, really soon. And essentially, I co-founded a startup very recently where we're creating a wearable medical device that monitors over 14 different physiological parameters, including cardiac output, stroke volume, systemic vascular resistance, and so on. And the entire goal of creating this device was to predict cardiac arrest about 6 to 8 hours before. And we've been running a data collection cycle in India at the moment with 2 major hospitals to collect data from cardiac patients to kind of scale this cardiac arrest prediction algorithm further. and it's been a fun ride. COVID sure has pushed a little bit of things in terms of timeline, but it's given us the opportunity to kind of be part of events like these, and be part of the community that Dan has created here. And it's a pleasure to be here. I'd love to connect with everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And please make sure if we're not connected on LinkedIn that we are connected, that we get connected. Jan Gates, are you there?
I am here.
Great.
Hopefully you like my space background.
I do. See, that proves that the Earth is not flat. So you flat earthers, any of you guys that are out there, Freddie, Gene, you guys that are flat earthers, look, it's rounded. See that? Look at Jan. So that proves it right there. But
Yes.
Thank you, Jan, for being here. I'm very happy that you're here, and tell us about yourself and let you do your thing.
I'm trying. I'm with Packwise Consulting, which is my own company. I am a consulting packaging engineer. I work with startups or companies that need their lines validated or want to optimize their shipping or materials and work through the various issues that go with that. I love working with a startup. Basically, I go in and just talk about how they have to ship things, because packaging and the product for medical devices is the same thing to Europe and the US. And if you're not thinking about your packaging, you're going to have some issues with your medical devices. So we try to make sure that we work through things. I've worked with Lauren before, and she's a very good packaging engineer too. But I have fun doing it. I've been doing it for a long time, and I have worked with a lot of various issues in big companies, small companies, setting up processes so they can actually make a product that will get through the regulatory processes in Europe and the US with optimized packaging, basically, to keep the cost down. It's really easy to do good packaging with bad documentation, which means you haven't done it right for your regulatory people, or good documentation and bad packaging. And it looks great to the regulatory people, but it really costs you money and your product gets damaged. So I try and make sure it's optimized all the way through and minimize the time that's necessary to pay me for anything. So I have a lot of fun trying to do that for different companies.
Very cool. So connect with Jan on LinkedIn, and I guarantee Jan's one of those people that you may not need her today, but you're going to go, oh, we got to talk to Jan. So
right. And if I can't help you today, I might know somebody that can too. So awesome. I work through that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Regent Laporte. Still one of the coolest names in the world. So
this time was fast enough. Sorry, the first time you called me, I was like, oh, I didn't have time. So thank you very much for keeping this event going, even though we cannot all be meeting face to face. I'm based in San Diego, actually. I'm at UCSD. I'm directing a program at the School of Medicine. We have a research institute called the Altman Clinical and Translational Research Institute, and there I direct a program, a certificate program in translational science. And what we're doing is that we are teaching how to innovate in healthcare, and we're giving our student a real-life, integrative, and comprehensive understanding on how to use translational science to, speed up and more efficiently discover, design, and develop biomedical product. And we're going through everything. I'm a drug person. I'm in drug discovery, but we're doing drugs, cell and gene therapies, medtech, and essentially what happened is that we are helping students that have what it needs to become leaders, innovators, and entrepreneurs. So it's done on the evenings, so it's very good for working professionals. We have a lot of biomedical and healthcare professionals. We also have graduate students, postdoctoral researchers, and so we are helping feed the market with people that could understand the big picture and ask the right questions. So that's my pitch.
Thank you for being here so much. Rich Ropa, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm glad you got the link, sir. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you for holding these meetings. This is exceptional. I work for Waverider Security. We're a cybersecurity company, and we have a platform. The cybersecurity platform that we use is Tanium. It's not a company that you're familiar with because they only work with businesses that have at least 5,000 employees. But that's the platform that we use, and we're the first managed security service provider that's been approved to use the Tanium platform for small to medium-sized businesses. So look me up, Rich Ropa. If your company is in need of a gap analysis on cybersecurity needs, we work with everything. Federal government, international, local. We're in Escondido, and we're ready to help you. Thank you.
Great.
And Slack? You work with Slack?
We work with, there is nothing that we don't work with.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be happy to connect with you, Jan.
Rich, can I recommend the Republican and the Democratic parties for cybersecurity gap analysis?
You know, they really need that, I'll tell you. Yeah. Yeah, we're in all 5 branches of the federal government right now. We're working with all the branches of the U.S. government.
Oh, that's very cool. That's very cool.
That's very nice.
Matthew Sherlow.
Yes.
Sherlow. How are you? Where are you from, sir?
I'm actually based in France, in the south of France on the Mediterranean coast. So it's 3 a.m. in the morning, almost 4 a.m. in the morning.
Wow,
right?
this is another award for the furthest. So thank you so much for being here. I really mean that.
Thank you for
If we're
putting
not
this
connected
together.
on LinkedIn, please make sure that we are, sir.
Right. Well, thank you for putting this together. I appreciate meeting everybody. So just to make a long story short, I'm running today 2 consulting businesses and a medical device company. So the first 2 consulting companies are focusing on medtech companies from the real conception to the actual bringing the device to market. So quality, regulatory, clinical reimbursement on all key markets in Europe, but also in Asia. And of course, we take care of our FDA clearance for a lot of our clients. We primarily work with maybe 90% of our clients are from Europe, or at least outside of the US. Again, only focusing on medtech companies. So that's over the past 8 years. Myself, I've been in industry for 18 years now. And over the past just 8 years, we've assisted more than 500 medtech companies. That's the first company. The second company is, so the first one's called MD101. Second one is MDXP for bringing companies this time really to market through, working on marketing strategies, sales strategies to bring their devices once they've got clearance on all markets worldwide, and developing, not just developing distribution networks, but also managing those distribution networks on their behalf. And always, at some point, as we all know in this industry, sometimes it always goes to potential acquisition. So we also intervene in that space, finding potential partners to bring in, negotiating with them, and ending up with some deals. So that's what we just finalized that recently with a couple of our clients. And last but not least, I run a startup company in the field of interventional radiology. So I do consulting, but I'm almost on the other side. So just to make sure I know what I'm talking about. So basically, in the field of interventional radiology, we're a small team. Again, it's a startup company, so we'll probably at some point do some fundraising. So right now we're working on the device to bring it to CE mark. As you all know, with the MDR, things are a bit more complicated than what they used to be. But it's a real challenge, but we love it. At least that's what I'm in this business for. I love what I do. So and hopefully get to network with a bunch of people here on this group. So thank you for having me.
Well, thank you so much. I really mean it. It's so nice that you're here, and it's early in the morning there too. So once again, thank you, and please make sure that we're connected on LinkedIn. Lauren Laspina, Dave Grossman, Robert Howland, if you want to speak, Jay Bradbury. Let's go through some of these other names. Haley Kim, Maria, Virendra Shukla.
Did Lauren?
You got me already too.
Oh, did I get you? I'm sorry. Just.
Dan, may I say something?
Yes, you may. Go ahead.
Very good. Well, I would like to welcome Mathieu. Bonsoir. Bonjour. It's a great pleasure. I am from south of France as well. So I had to welcome Mathieu. It's very nice to see someone from south of France at 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's nice.
4.
4, all right. De Marseille?
The Marseille, yes, exactly.
I'm from Marseille. I think we're connected already, so it's
Right.
really nice. Brings a smile to my face. Oh.
Great.
Here you go, Dan. It's very international.
Very cool.
You got it.
I think somebody's homesick.
Yeah, exactly. Virendra.
Yeah, hi everyone. Yeah, thanks Dan for this opportunity, and I really appreciate that to putting this all together and get connected. So I'm here in Melbourne, in Australia, so another geography in APAC region. So I think you would like that.
Awesome.
So yeah, so it's getting global. So I'm representing here Premier Research. So it's a CRO, but it's a small size CRO, and we we are built for biotechs and also SMEs. So in that space, we are like helping the medtech companies. And from my experience, like I am being part of the device studies and how it happened, and I see the small companies if they want to have data. So I think so the best place to get that is in Australia. So yeah, get in touch. I'm here to help out in any kind of like expertise, like regulatory or trials, how we can do that. So we're there to help you out in that sense. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Erica Welker, have you spoken yet?
No, hi. Thank you, Dan. Can you hear me? I'm talking
I
into the
can.
mic. Yeah.
Someone's got their mic on. Gene, whose mic's on in the back? Erica, go.
I'm muting them now.
Okay, great. Excellent. Erica, you're live, you're nationwide.
She's got to unmute herself because he muted everybody.
Gotcha. Okay. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
So Dan, I think you and I met at an ISPE event last year or so. I don't know if you remember. You probably meet 1,000 people.
I do now that the screen blew up. Yes, absolutely.
Anyways, but I'm here in San Diego in North County, Carlsbad area, and I work for a company called Boston Analytical, and we're a CGMP compliant analytical testing laboratory. So basically what Boston Analytical does is we support CMC through all phases, preclinical, all the way through to commercial release. And we offer testing everywhere from analytical development and validation. We can do QC chemistry, raw material testing, microbiology, biologics, and for all you med device people out there, we do a lot of extractable and leachable support as well. We work with both small and large molecule, and a lot of our clients are in the pharma, biopharma, biotech, and med device industries pretty much. So if anyone's interested, I threw my contact information in the general chat. If you guys want, please reach out or connect with me on LinkedIn, and I'd love to further up in detail if you want to talk. And yeah.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for
Erica.
hosting this, Dan.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
it.
much, Erica. We'll get back to live events someday soon. So
I know, I miss it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Let's see,
We all
Maria,
know.
Henry P. Anybody else that I missed right now? That's people are hanging out in the.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can.
Hi, this is Jeff Gilmeyer.
Hey,
I'm
Jeff.
a consultant in medical devices, and I'm a quality consultant specializing in quality systems, and also design controls, verification, validation, risk management, supplier auditing, internal auditing, and technical documentation. And my focus is developing quality systems for startups, medical device startups, and putting them in place. And that's my main focus. In addition to that, I act as a part-time quality manager for small startups who need that kind of assistance.
You were at one of our last, before the shutdown, we had Medtech Monday, and then also we had the lunch the next day where we had some consultants came in. I had people from around the country, Australia and Minneapolis, that came in, and we met at the lab. You were there for that lunch as well. So
yes.
I missed those days. So
yeah, that's right.
We shared lunch.
Good to meet everyone.
Yeah, he's absolutely an expert in the field. So this is what MedTech Council is about. This is about getting everybody in one room in one day. And that's the thing, that these mixers, you can have a regulatory conference, you can have a startup conference with funding, but to get everybody in one room in one day is a big deal, because there's serious value in meeting people. Just because you're not doing business with them today, you have a lot of experts here. You've got, decades of experience on this chat right now, but you could basically build any biotech product or medical device product with everybody that's here. So that's what this is all about. Make sure you connect with everybody. Again, I'm Dan Golka. I produce the Medtech Monday conferences twice a year. And upcoming, we've got World Marketing Expo, which is going to cover everything to market and promote your business online and beyond. So let's see if there's anyone else that is out there.
Hi, Dan.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Dan, I'm Paul Costello. Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you. I'm calling from 50 miles south of New York City on the beautiful New Jersey shore by Asbury Park, if you've ever heard of that. A little bit about me. I am a senior commercial leader in the digital health industry. I've spent my entire career in various commercial roles in med tech, medical services, software, and since 2011 in a brand new industry called digital health. It's a very exciting industry composed primarily of a lot of small companies, but as a result of COVID-19, it's having a huge heyday, as we all understand, particularly as it relates to anything virtual and anything telehealth related. All right. So it's an exciting time now in the industry because the industry has gotten a huge boost. The question is can it stick? And can it be sustained? And it's very interesting when you look at the collection, how this industry has matured just in the last 9 years since I've been in it. My very first role was the vice president of sales for a company called Zephyr Technology, which was one of the first multi-parameter vital signs monitors. This was a company that the only business they had was from the Department of Defense, because the DOD now, for the very first time, could have a general sitting in Tampa, Florida, who could know instantly that a Navy SEAL in Afghanistan who just changed his posture was alive or dead.
Wow.
All right? Very interesting, very cool. A lot of physiology not only impacts healthcare, but physiology impacts a number of different verticals, particularly things like advertising and marketing and responses to various stimuli. So what I find most exciting about digital health is the whole aspect of medical communication. The entire medical industry in the last 6 months has now come to figure out that they can actually get their professional job done, or at least a good part of it, on a video chat, meaning a good part of what they do is communicating. And medical communication is challenging. Medical communication delivered face-to-face can be efficient, but the idea of asynchronously communicating thousands of patients to one healthcare provider is very cool and very scalable and very exciting. And I think that's going to be the next wave of digital health.
Yeah,
that's pretty much me. All right. I'd be remiss if I didn't say I'm exploring opportunities out there. So I invite anyone to connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm happy to be a resource. I have an extensive network in the digital health industry because I've been in it so long, and I'm happy to pay it forward if I can.
That's great.
Thanks.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. It's late there too. Now with California time and New York time, it's Jersey time. It's you're at 10 o'clock right now. So thank you so much for participating in this. Let's see if there's anybody else I missed. Anybody that dropped off? Anybody else that wants to come back and say anything that they forgot?
I just wanted to, Miss Marissa, I just wanted to jump in and say, I noticed there's a lot of job seekers, understandably so. I do a free networking and career coaching call every week for the foreseeable future. So the next one is this Thursday. So feel free to jump on. It's a great way to get leads, give leads. It's a pay it forward group.
Marissa, please leave your LinkedIn connection or email so people can get a hold of you.
Yeah,
and in the chat.
There's even a link to the registration for the group this Thursday.
Great.
Thanks, Dan.
And
Haley
I want to
Kim.
say I know 6 people that have gotten jobs during this pandemic. So
amen.
Oh, absolutely.
It is happening.
This is you know, there is, if you go back, I used to hate stories about the Depression as a kid, hearing about, you know, my grandmother eating shoe leather soup and how poor they were, but a tremendous amount of wealth was made at times like that. And this is going to be the same thing. You're going to have opportunities that are going to come about this. And our last speaker just brought up something that I've been researching and I've been doing a lot of YouTube videos on, and that's the digital, the grants that are out there available. People don't realize that the government, they just think of the PPP loans and the EIDL loans, but there are so many grant opportunities out there for innovation, to start your business, to get yourself going. And the federal government, Rand Brenner 2 years ago took me to an SBIR event, and they drugged me to, because he said, you just got to come meet all these people. And there are grant programs that they have millions of dollars to give out. One of them, they had 20 people that applied for all this money, and they gave it to 16 of the 20 people. So all these stories of, oh, you can't get this money, it's there. And you just need to look. So a lot of wealth is going to be made as a result of the pandemic. Haley Kim, have you spoken yet? Introduce yourself, tell everybody where you're from.
Hi, I'm Haley Kim. Thank you for having this event again. I'm in San Diego. I've been here a year and I love it. I'm a scientist by training. I worked at a pharma after graduate school, and then now I'm in business development at Axiom Real-Time Metrics. We provide for clinical trial management software and services. So I'm a remote employee. Our company is in Toronto, Canada, so I'm the only one in San Diego. I attended one of your Big Stars in Carlsbad last year. That was fun. So yeah, I look forward to attending this event in person, hopefully soon, probably sometime next year.
Yeah, it's one of those things that once people come to one, they're shocked at how many people and everybody that they meet. They're always fun. So hopefully we're going to get back to that again someday. So if there's anybody else out there that I missed, I want to thank all of you for participating in this. Anybody wants to come back?
Actually, just a quick one, Dan.
Sure.
So we're currently looking for contract manufacturers to help us manufacture the device that we've created. I would really appreciate if there's anyone that could help us out, kind of connect with any contract manufacturers, like essentially an electronics product, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Who's talking?
That was
to launch the site.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Dan, for organizing this.
I used to work for a contract design and manufacturing company. If we can connect, I can introduce you to a few.
That's
Heidi,
great.
that'd be great. I'll just shoot you a LinkedIn right now. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Dan, is it happy hour now?
It is at your house. I wish I was there.
Hey, Gene started an hour ago.
I just finished mine.
Exactly.
It's after 6. I mean, what the heck?
It's funny. Someone bought me a little tiny bottle of Fireball, and I told my daughter I was going to swig it during this thing, and she said no. No, I know it was a joke. So it's great for a sore throat. So it's if you ever get that, it's one of those things.
I tried it once at a party, and
What frat was that?
it wasn't a frat. It was just a party.
What is it? Pepper sauce in vodka or something?
Yeah, it's the pepper. Yeah, well, there's Anyways, there's things like that. That's funny. So, let's see. If there's anybody else, if there's anything you forgot to say to the group, I should have said this. I should have said that. Now's your chance. People are just hanging out in the background.
Don't forget, packaging has to be done for everything, including making sure your printing and labeling and stuff actually survives distribution. Sorry, I push packaging because most people forget about it.
And who's speaking there?
Jan Gates.
Jan Gates, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't work for ITs, but
good luck.
That's great.
And
Thank
I
you.
want to attend your next birthday party.
Oh, that was good, wasn't it?
It was great.
You know, it's funny. The last mixer ended up on my birthday, and my girlfriend's like, "Are you really going to do that?" I said, "Yeah, we'll do it on my birthday because we spent a week in San Diego. It was nice." But we had a game that night where everybody had to guess my age, and whoa, people were one person got it right and won something, and everybody else it was way off. So either I look very young or very old to these people. But that was fun. We had a good time. That was a good event. That really had a lot of people there. And that was the last event I did because my March event, that was right when all the COVID shenanigans happened and got shut down. So we finally, it took me 2 years to get into this hospital group in Newport Beach, California. We were going to have a mixer there at the Innovation Lab. And it just, the day of the event is when it got shut down. So. But then we had Medtech Monday. We had a really big crowd there. Medtech Monday is going to happen January 25th. And right now we're going to assume that Governor Newsom in our state is going to keep everything closed until my kids have our grandparents. So,
no, I don't think so.
Okay, but so. And and when I can sit next to everybody at a baseball game, then I know everything's going to be okay. So.
Well, I am happy to say that I am good for another 3 months since I've had COVID down.
Oh, wow.
It was
you have
not fun.
Oh, wow. Jen, do you know how you caught it, if I may ask? I mean,
From my husband. How my husband caught it, we do not know. Nobody we know has had it, and nobody we had contact with has gotten it. But we managed to get it somehow. So
How are you feeling now?
It's 4 weeks out. I still can't smell too much of anything, but otherwise it's not bad.
That keeps you from having to take a bath, though.
Yeah. My husband doesn't complain too much. I don't smell the smoke outside too much either down here in Southern California.
Well, you're kind of like Riverside, like Menifee. I'm trying to remember what you told me.
Temecula. I'm in Temecula. Yeah, my company I used to work for moved me down here. It was great, but I am actually going to be moving in the next 2 months up to Washington, which is also full of smoke right now. So
yeah, it really is.
Yeah, I had it in Milan. I had it in Milan.
Oregon or Arcadia, Pasadena area.
It's terrible here. For those of you that are not here in Southern California, there are so many fires here on the West Coast. And it has just been brutal. We had such a heat wave, and this brown area is just burned. And we have our skies look orange. It's the weirdest thing. And you look up, and you just I try to run and exercise twice a day, and I literally found myself. I found myself doing it at 5 and 6 in the morning. It was crazy. So I need to sleep in and not do
It's
that.
crazy to get up that early is a problem.
No, it's actually worse in the morning here because the marine layer keeps the smoke down. So you're better off waiting until later, but it's 100 degrees out, so you don't want to do it. It's a little bit hard.
Well, Dan, I'm recording, so I'm going to go ahead and end. Is that okay?
That is okay. But I want to thank everybody. Anybody want to say anything? One last chance. Feel free to raise your hand if you want to say one more thing. Oh, I forgot to say this. Please do not hesitate to do this. If there's
I just want to say thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, sir.
It's been a great deal. Nice to meet everybody. Jan's right about the packaging stuff.
Stay safe, everybody. Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you, everybody, for being a part of this. And we've had people from all over the place come out. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Dan.
Gentleman Gene, thank you again.
See you
for
next
this.
time.
And we'll see you next time, sir. I owe you lunch, sir. I will see you soon.
Okay. Bye-bye now.
Brilliant, Dan.
Thank you, everybody. Please
Take
connect
care.
with me on LinkedIn. Good night.
Good night.